such an asshole.
I want to dress like a pimp. They always seem to have I know the clothes look loud and flashy, but tell me, with all that fuzz and fur, they're not comfortable. They look really comfortable. You're basically wearing a blanket with fur on it, and you got a fur hat. I mean, it's got to be cozy, got to be warm. All right. Cap, this is the first part. I would like you to do a video request for me. Please keep me anonymous. Mid-20s. As I reflect back on life, it appears to break up into 4 distinct periods: high school, college, post-college, etc. No kidding, really. Each one of those periods have a specific focus, a goal that I would diligently strive for. I want the video to focus on mid-20s to 30, establishing a position of FU while doing my best to live a meaningful life. The second part is what I've struggled with the most: women and making more money only do you so much. I've built myself up, but struggle with being content. I need to find new goals to distract myself with, or to develop the ability to feel some level of contentment. Yeah, you're a fix junkie. You're a adrenaline junkie. That's novelty, man. Novelty. First girl you have sex with. Oh, that's memorable. The 38th. But how do I get back to the first? You don't. First time you go to Disneyland, it's magical. 10th time. How do I get back that magic? You don't. There's no solution in that. You're like, oh, how do I get the magic back? You don't. It's called getting old, the law of novelty, meaning it inevitably goes away. I talk about in my finance class, Achieving Financial Excellence, which is available for enrollment, teachable.com. But yeah, I mean, when you're 3, your first Christmas when you're 3 and you're conscious and you can conceive of the idea of Santa Claus, magical. 10, never get what you want. Santa's awfully poor. Geez, Santa's as poor as my parents, or parent at that time. Oh, broken families are such fun. Where's your booty? Yeah, it's not just, it's everything. Everything. I will answer the questions you might have and give my stats and info. And I said, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, did you not provide me enough information to answer your question? If not, provide more. So here are the added details. I currently live in a place and do a thing. Moved here for a promotion and more money. Spent all of your youth in a small, maybe not small, a normal sized plain state. And about 3 years in a city. Want to stay in this particular area I'm at now because love my family, friends, and low cost of living. Okay, that's fine. Career, I'm ahead of the curve in a more desirable type of position. Main issue I've ran into is forced root beer floats. I submitted after holding off as long as I could, and that decision has messed with my psyche. I don't trust them and never will, but being in the medical field, okay, I imagine yearly boosters start being mandated eventually. Couple that with, well, okay, I don't know if you go into hospitals or nursing homes or what have you, but if you do, I kind of could see it. If you got old, frail, or sick people, I kind of, it's like when you join the military, they shoot you full of everything. But I understand if they're doing that. And without going into more detail about your career, you're going to have to decide, all right, let's say you never set foot inside a medical building. Oh, it's stupid. If they're going to require boosters, yeah, you could split. But you already got it, so what do you care? It's kind of moot. Couple that with the stress and under the gun feeling of my job, you average $100,000 a year. Oh, you got a company car. All right. Money, graduate 2,000 student loans, currently debt-free, and accumulated net worth of 200,000, diversified across retirement accounts, brokerage, crypto, guns, and cash. Women, girls have always been pretty easy for me. 3 serious girlfriends, each one of those each one of those time periods. Oh, I see those 4-year time periods. Each wanted forever. Of course, they do. Slept with over 20 girls. Good. You're above average there. especially for your generation. That's pimp level right there. Marriage and kids would be nice, but I'm aware that might not be on the table. Wait till you see my new book, The Menu: Life Without the Opposite Sex. Health, you're tall, good. You're in shape, good. Lift and exercise regularly. Enjoy all that goes into being healthy. Stress is the biggest issue. Feel free to yell at me for my lack of appreciation, but I feel like I've gotten the job the girls, or what about the next 4 years? I sometimes think of myself as on a tour of duty at the end of the next 4 years. I want to be able to say F you and actually feel somewhat content. Who knows, maybe pivot into work that I find more meaning in. Please keep me anonymous. But you are my top 10 people who have shaped my worldview. Yes. Aaron, 426,323. Teachers, 0. In terms of changing lives for the better. If it was for the worse, I'd be at 0, and you teachers would all be like kicking my ass. But I change it for the better. You change it for the worse. Well, thank you very much. All right, so here's what you need to. I'd recommend not to make more money for myself, but why not? Get Poor Richard's Retirement, and the rate you're going, you can actually make FU money, but the problem you face is you're so young that by the time you're 30, you're going to need a lot of money. Like if you're 65, then your money only has to last you about 20 years before you die. If you're 30, you got to last about, you should conservatively save enough money, 55 years. So it's not as easy as like, I want FU money. Well, when you're 30, that's a lot of money. So you keep on going the way you do, but the best way to do that is become a minimalist. If you read Poor Richard's Retirement, it goes through how do you achieve essentially a position of FU or retirement money on a shoestring budget. But another thing you may want to think about is buying a house, buying some property, or building a house, or building a home. So you go buy the land and you build it yourself. That'll give you something to do, though I don't know with your work schedule if you can do that. But that would be something that you could sink your money into. It would help establish a position of FU, and that you would not have to pay rent anymore, although you would have to pay property taxes, repairs, and insurance and the likes. But it's something to do. It's possible if you really got by on the cheap for the rest of your life to maybe work up the money by your 30, but you're not. You're going to want to go get Poor Richard's Retirement, but also get Early Retirement Extreme by Jacob Lund Fisker. That's more of the math involved. There's some math in my book too, but it's more the philosophy of how to get there. His is the formula and the spreadsheets and all that. And I would aim more for like being 40. Like at 30, okay, you could quit your job you don't like and go into something else and continue to work. But I think you're going to have to go to at least till you're 40. On top of it, right now you're bored. Like, what else is there to do in life? This is it, kid. This is it. In the olden times, you would have wife and kids, and then you wouldn't even have that question. You'd be like, gosh, I have too much to do, cleaning diapers and chasing after little toddlers who just recently learned how to run. That's where your point, purpose, and reason in life came in. So if you're bored now, like, oh, what else is there? There's nothing else. You just go make more money, maybe have sex with more women. Maybe, hopefully, if you find the right girl and you fall in love, maybe you have a family, don't get married. Make darn sure you don't get married. I've never been married, so I'm just saying, just based on, as an economist, as a risk analyst, I would just give you advice not to get married. I know I'm not your accountant, but if I were your accountant, you're not my accountant. Great movie. So yeah, family would be what you normally do, but that's not going to be on the table, except for your family, that your parents and your siblings, if you have any. You can go hang out with them, but this is it. Yeah. Most of life is boring. You work and then whatever is outside of work, that's your life. So if you want to go pick up a hobby like golf or hunting or motorcycles or whatever, go do it. But there is nothing else. Now, there are other things like maybe you're young enough. Maybe you want to join the National Guard. Maybe you want to join the Reserve Police Force. Maybe you want something a little bit more serving the public, meaning and camaraderie and brotherhood with other men. But aside from that, the number one thing that would have normally given men and women purpose, reason, existence, and meaning in life is family. But since women have made it abundantly clear they are not interested in 90% of you, I would say, and are only going to settle for that top 10%. And I'm not even being facetious. I keep getting data, whether it's empirical, numerical, like actual hard data, or I just see anecdotal people's behaviors. I'm looking at this one girl. I'm like, are you kidding me? That guy wasn't good enough for you? Are you kidding me? That guy's drop dead gorgeous. You're gonna find better than that? But yeah, that's not on the table anymore. So it is now everyone's job, women's included, to find out what else to do in life. And so that means kind of a life of hedonism. I would recommend looking up Epicureanism, I believe is the way it's pronounced. I only have a light I'm on a studying in it. It's a subsegment of Stoicism, but it talks about enjoying a hedonistic lifestyle minus all the hangovers and overdosing and drawbacks of hedonism, like a measured hedonism, because that's it. That's all there is. There's no more love. There's no more families, no more marriage, no more children. You got to go, and maybe you find a nice girl. Okay, cool. But until that time, let's say it is fated you will find a nice girl. You're like, yay, I have point, purpose, and reason in life. My family. Yeah, but you're not going to meet her for 10 years. So you got 10 years to figure out something to do. So shoring up your finances is always a good deal. Starting a business might be something. Don't do a dude bro business. Just work on the side and make extra money. The best job to start is working a second job because you get paid and you don't lose money. Build a home, buy a home, furnish the home, get it all to them. Did you do reconnaissance? Have you done reconnaissance, man? Have you traveled the United States? Have you traveled the world? Do you know where you want to live? That's it. That's all there is. Whatever you want to do, you get to do whatever you want to do. Maybe go on adventures, maybe go on motorcycle rides, whatever it is you want to do. Give you some kind of excitement, but that's it. You just try and occupy your time. I enjoy podcasts thoroughly. I enjoy hiking. You go live life. That's it. Whatever you want to do. And then maybe, just maybe. And just so you know, he's tall and good looking, ladies. He makes a lot of money. I mean, obviously, he slept with 20 girls and he's still in his mid-20s. He obviously must be very attractive, right? Watch this, buddy. Watch how many girls don't email me saying, is he single? Can you give him my phone number? There's not going to be one girl that emails me, dude. Not one. Anytime a girl comes in, I can't find a guy. I get not a bunch, but I get at least 4 or 5. Well, if she's in this year, I'm willing to date. Okay. But when it's a guy like, yeah, I'm single, I got lots of money, I'm a really stable, hardworking guy, I'm young, I'm in shape, crickets, won't hear them because they're not that interested. So now it is up to you, my fine, good American fellow, to go out into those fruited plains and figure out something to do to entertain yourself until you're dead. There you go. All right. Let's go to the super chats. Hatton Clocks, 43.34, $2. Much love, Cappy. Av, Cap. Yes, Av. Hit the buffets. No, I'm not going to hit the buffets. We will get cigars. And if you're in good hiking shape, let me know. Be strong, $2. How often do you use melatonin to help you? Oh, almost daily. It depends on how much exercise I can get. If I can physically exhaust myself, I won't use anything. But beforehand, for a while there, I'd use sleeping pills. Not a lot. I'd actually just take a half of one, and that's enough to do me pretty well. But yes, melatonin is like my mid-normal go-to. Sometimes I'm all right without them, but if I don't use some kind of substance, I will go back on my 32-hour schedule. And I'm all effed up, staying up till 3 a.m., waking up at noon, staying up till 5 a.m., waking up at 2. It's all effed up. Melatonin has been. Had I known that existed, had I known sleeping pills existed, I would have been in a lot better shape. That's it. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.